Bon and the disappearing homework. It was a bright and chirpy morning in Bon's neighborhood. Sunlight peeked through his curtains as his alarm clock buzzed excitedly. Bon, a smart and cheerful boy with spiky hair and a mind full of ideas, jumped out of bed with a big grin. Today was science project day at school, the day he'd been preparing for all week. He rushed to his study table, opened his school bag with excitement, and froze. The folder with his homework, gone. He blinked, rubbed his eyes, and searched again. Still missing. "I packed it right here, last night," he whispered to himself, puzzled. His room was as neat as always. His robot assistant, Blinky, sat in the corner charging. The family cat, Momo, was curled up near the window. Nothing looked strange. Or did it? Bon wasn't going to let this mystery win. He grabbed his magnifying glass, notebook, and his favorite detective cap. With determination shining in his eyes, he activated detective mode. First, he questioned Blinky. The robot whirred, beeped, and showed a memory from last night. The camera captured a gust of wind blowing in as Bon had opened the window. Then a blur, something fast, dashed across the room. Then came the paw prints. Bon squatted to examine the tiny muddy marks on the floor, leading to the hallway. Momo the cat blinked at him innocently. He followed the prints until he saw something even stranger, a faint glowing trail across the floor. He turned off the lights and used his UV flashlight. The trail glowed like a line of secret sparkles, twisting and turning like a puzzle. The glowing path led him to the attic. Creak. The old wooden ladder groaned as Bon climbed up, heart thumping with excitement. The attic was dim, dusty, and filled with boxes from years past. He took slow steps, careful not to trip over anything. And then he saw it, a tiny pile of shiny things in the corner. Paper clips, coins, buttons, and his homework folder. Sitting beside the pile was a wide-eyed squirrel, nibbling on a button like it was a nut. It squeaked in surprise as it spotted Bon. "You silly squirrel," Bon laughed. "That's not a snack, that's science." The squirrel had sneaked in through the open window, mistaking the shiny folder for treasure. Bon carefully picked up his project and gave the squirrel a cracker as a peace offering. But now came the real challenge. He had only 15 minutes left before school started. Racing down the stairs, Bon quickly inspected his project. A few pieces had fallen off. No worries, he dashed around the house gathering recycled materials, cardboard, wires, even an old sunglasses case. With Blinky's help, he rebuilt his science project and even added a new twist, a squirrel-proof box design. He scribbled the final label, zipped his bag, and ran out the door just in time to catch the school bus. At school, Bon presented his project with pride. His teacher